Park niggas know me. Curtbone, little homie. All days, yeah. Been a road, yeah.
And Greg, I know your family, man. You got a lot of street people that was in the streets in your family, older dudes, even older than me, even my. How did you avoid the streets?
I think I avoided the streets because of my family and being aware of what was going on. Because, so I tell you this, man. I had an experience one time when I was about 8 or 9 years old around my neighborhood, and I ain't have any wherewithal of what my family was really into. And then, it was a guy around my way. He came around one day and was like, "You think you better than us?" And I was like, "What you talking about? I'm just really outside playing. I don't have a clue what he talking about." He was already in high school. I'm in elementary school. He like, "Yeah, you think your father and them this, that, and the third, but they be giving my uncle work." And I'm like, I don't even know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? So he made me cry for real because I couldn't understand what he talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All you hear is say no to drugs, this, that, and the third in school. Then you trying to tell me that my hero do that. You know what I'm saying? And so, I asked my father, you know what I'm saying? He had a real conversation with me at that point. And one thing I could say is, because that's one of my best friends, he never lied to me about nothing. You know what I'm saying? He always told me, what's the greatest secret? The one that was never told. You know what I'm saying? But between me and him, we got things that we talk about that we'll never talk about with nobody else.
Never leave, never go nowhere else.
Never.
Only God knows.
Only God. You know what I mean? Right. And I think just like my uncle Amin,
rest in peace.
yes, thank you. My dad, and just that ecosystem that I had in my family, that kept me busy, kept me in extracurricular activities and things of that nature. And then understanding that I was cut different, and I was going to be the person in the family that would create that generational wealth without having to lean on the streets in that manner. And so I'm very grateful for the bubble I had around me. Even from if I came up your store and the bubble that you would put around me to make sure that I was okay when I'm coming in there to pick clothes up. And what Dirk would do when he'd see me,
rest in peace, Big D.
riding around in the drop top junk that y'all used to have. He'd see me in certain neighborhoods and be like, "Man, come on, get in the car. You're getting out of here." Because to Mo's point, being in some of those neighborhoods at that time, you didn't quite understand why things didn't happen to you like they were happening to other people. But, it was the respect thing and it was the family ties. And that went a long way at that time period in the city. And I'm talking about the late 80s and the 90s. That actually meant something. You know what I mean? If Bone called over here and say, "Man, Shorty over there, make sure he all right," that's what it is. You know what I mean? And we went through that all the time.
Before anything would even happen to him,
it's a phone call.
It's a phone call. It's a conversation. And that's what's missing today. You know what I'm saying?
And I hate when I hear people say, "Man, them young niggas don't want to hear that because you training them to think that they shouldn't hear that."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or but so I hate that. And Muhammad, I know your story a little bit different coming up. You know what I'm saying? Between the leg, behind the back, reversing that joint. You know what I'm saying? They come back looking like you go to prep school. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, because my dad was more of a. My dad is like some people would consider like a nerd.
Right.
My dad is worked at Howard, 40 years. Hall of Fame, Pigskin Hall of Fame, NCAA Hall of Fame, MEAC Hall of Fame, all those years, and he coached.
And MEAC Hall of Fame?
He in all of them. Black College Hall of Fame, all them joints. So, and they about to name the press box after my dad up at Howard, football and basketball.
That's big.
Right, yeah. They retired everything from his jersey, everything. So, my dad was big on education, right? Super. Like I said, I got 4 brothers and 1 sister. My oldest brother, Carlos, had passed away, but I grew up I'm the youngest.
Right.
So whatever they did before me, I seen it. So I ain't have to, you know what I mean? And I got a big family. My family reside from around Mount Pleasant, you know what I'm saying, in 17th Street. My dad pushed us up on Clifton around, I had to be like 3, 4 years old. And, he ran the rec up there with Miss Cradle or whatever. So you know, I grew up in the rec all the time. You know what I mean? So, for me, it was like my mom was big on discipline, and my dad was big on education. You know what I mean? I never thought that like smoking weed was cool. None of those. I never saw those things in my household. You know what I mean? So I grew up in a Muslim household. My dad been Muslim 55 years. Biggest probably things I went through as a youngin' is defending myself for being Muslim. You know, because now it's more of a thing with, you know, it's more of a trendy. You know what I mean? But then, you know, I got a name like Muhammad, which was the most common name in the United States. You know, with the bean pies and all that. But that's what kind of pushed me to be more fashionable. Cause it wasn't much they could say about me if I was dressed a certain way. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, right, and then, you know, being able to Joan too. You know what I'm saying? So that was good too.
Oh, you nice with that? You nice
yeah,
with that?
yeah, absolutely.
You got to be nice with that.
Oh yeah,
So,
you know,
yeah.
your father nice with that too.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I came up. Like I said, I grew up in the rec, so like I grew up with not really seeing too many neighborhoods because it's 27 neighborhoods that surround number 10 Boys and Girls Club.
And you say rec, you speaking of number 10, right?
Yeah, it's 27 neighborhoods that surround that, all the way down from 14th and R up to 14th 1-4 zone, right? But across too, you can go over 11th and Girard, and you got Bannock, all them. But all of those, when we inside the rec, it's one
Everybody
world,
together.
you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when people like, where you from? I just be like, I'm from 1-4, because all up and down there, you know what I'm saying? I never could not go anywhere up and around them neighborhoods. And like I said, my brother and them, they did a good job at just paving the way for me too, because I'd be places and be like, man, I need little brother, man. Oh, man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I watch guys like Sheik around my way bring Gilbert Arenas and Allen Iverson, like, you know, Rodney Weiss and all these people around my neighborhood, and me and my man D-Man, you know what I'm saying, who was from down Garfield, we would just be sitting right there. We'd be like, damn, man, every day we dapping up celebrities. And so a lot of times when I got older and I would see certain stuff, that wasn't really nothing to me, you know what I mean? Then I was introduced early because of basketball. You know, I was on the N1 mixtape tour as a youngin', you know, so I'm still in high school, you know, getting paid per city, being able to bring my friend on the tour with me and all that. You around these dudes at one point in time, these dudes was hotter than the dudes in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I got these dudes' numbers in, two-way in them, man. You know what I'm saying? People couldn't really say they was doing that type of stuff like that. And then, you know, like I said, I could go in all days and, you know, Kurt hit me off with something. Then I could go over there, holler at Rob over shooters. And then, you know, I come up under Larry, you know what I'm saying, from Madness or whatever, you know. And that was outside of the clothes, but I just come up under Larry. Him teaching me like, man, look, y'all gonna be something, you know, da-da-da, you know what I mean?
Ultimate
and then Ty taught me how to be
man.
Ty, or just a good person. Just told me always be able, ain't about no money, Mo, you know, just do right by people, you know what I'm saying? And then I learned the hustle from Ed. Ed gonna hustle. He ain't gonna care nothing about what else going on. He gonna hustle.
For
know
you,
what
I'm gonna do 500.
Yeah, he gonna bust you.
Ed ain't gonna play.
That's kind of mine, you know, the way I came up uptown. Like, I never even thought about hustling or none of that until I got like a little older. I was out of school, but all my cousins, they was with everything, you know what I mean? So, first cousins too, not the extended, you know what I mean?
Right
so,
there in the house.
Yeah, oh man, they right there. So if you was willing to do something, they was coming to see about you. You know what I'm saying? If you did something to me or something like that, you know what I mean? So, and I knew that. You know what I mean?
And that spoke volumes to your discipline, because I used to hang on 14th and W with Kevin Abbey, June, David L, Boo, Tim Salters, all them, right? So I know they had a little, you know, little joints moving, right?
Yeah, no question.
You right across the street from Clifton, you going, you knock on the door, somebody may nod off that joint, right? So you got all that around you.
Man, I watched it every day.
Yeah.
But you know, I can say this though, with them surrounding areas up there, from 14th and Clifton side, even to the CTU side, even the 14th and W, Cabin, all of them down there. I was that guy, young and wise, hooping around my way. They made sure I ain't really had to even think about nothing like that. Jordans come out, yeah. You know what I mean? And even like Sheik, you know what I'm saying? When I was a young, like they was breaking Sheik off. Sheik, man, I'm always 120. Need to give me $200. That was big. I break down my man, D-Man. Cuz, you know, we gonna do that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, all that was a blessing. Then I never forget a story. One time we uptown. Like, man, I'm gonna go over there and holler at Kurt. So my man D-Man, part of his family grew up on 18th and M. Right? So we'd be around there, go holler at his brother John saying them or whatever. And I'm like, man, we go right here down all days, man. Man, Kurt right there, you know what I'm saying? No, Kurt. Like, yeah, we walk right in there, you know what I'm saying? And you know, when you young and you walk through the door and somebody know your name, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Mo, man, what's up? And you David and man, we got back up time. You're like, man, that's a name. You gave my man a shirt before, man, just on the strength of me, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but we getting back up top, you know, he telling everybody, you know what I'm saying? Thank heaven for good friends, Sam. I ain't gonna hold you, you know what I'm saying? I had the same friends like the last probably like 20 years, you know. But that's one of my friends, that's one of my biggest supporters. He used to be, man, my man, Mom, take us right there. We go over all days right now. They can give us the whole store. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and that meant something to them. You know what I mean?
Like that around you. Let's speak to y'all who you are. When y'all got friends that long, it speak to you, you know, as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But, man, y'all been doing some incredible stuff, man. I mean, for real. We could just have a whole show on all the shit y'all done did. I'm saying, for real, I mean, museum, y'all jumping the rock going. I'm saying, even before the museum point, y'all was setting trends, and I'm pretty sure y'all got dudes come here all the time. So, I mean, you know, man, you inspire me to do this. That's why I did that. You know what I'm saying? I can just imagine that, right?
For sure.
Yeah, but we said that to you.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So
that's how I know they send to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No
so
question.
it's definitely, and that's how it's going, because somebody always watching. But, man, y'all been doing some stuff with some collaborations, man, with the Redskin with Commanders now. New Balance, I want to say. Fila, you know what I'm saying? Y'all give me 85 look here. You know what I'm saying? Man.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, Jordan, man.
We got Ithaca Jones coming.
It's a reason why, you know.
You put the bands out.
It's a reason
got the
why,
bands
you know,
out.
Got the Jordan on like that, right?
But just to touch on that, because we never really touched on that about the campaign we did with the Fila jump, right?
Yeah.
Just to say where we come from, right? Me and Greg already had that. It ain't matter what collab it was.
Right.
We was gonna do that anyway. What we did with y'all.
Right.
Y'all, Madness, Hoboken, because a lot of people get in positions, right, and they don't pay homage. Just know that forever, as long as we in the position we in,
we always gonna
kick back to y'all. No matter what. It's nothing nobody could tell us about nothing where they could try to change our mind about who the pioneers was, where did we get it from, who inspired us, who took care of it. Like, because people don't know the street where it wasn't just about the clothes. It controlled the community. Like, they don't know the big cookouts y'all used to come together on and spend, and everybody eating
Boys
for free.
And Girls Club.
Remind you, all these hoods is beefing.
Right.
But when we came there, that was a safe haven on the strength of the brands. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we try to continue to push and let people know, like, when you see somebody out of town with that museum hat on, you don't know them, but we out here together. It's a nod of the head. It's that thing, you know, say,
It's your postcard.
Even if we never spoke before, but we out here together, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we hope to continue to push, you know what I'm saying? So when that campaign came, it wasn't no other way but the biggest stage we ever received at that particular time was that. Why not share it with the people who created it for real?
And we said on the first one we was gonna do that.
Right,
We like the first big stage we getting, we pay homage.
And I can speak for all the clothes. I'm pretty sure everybody was appreciative of that, man. That was just love that didn't have to be dished out.
And we called D before his passing.
Right,
literally like a month before.
Yeah, that was big.
Which was crazy.
Yeah, that was big, you know what I'm saying? And rest in peace. And I was like, it was so crazy because we talked about, you know, we grew up obviously, right?
Yeah.
So we having, just passed, after he passed, we talked about, you know, some personal guys ran away. And I was like, D was a bad hell of a dude in his own, had some street stuff, had the store, right? For sure. I said, but when y'all gave him that joint and that timing, it really again we you know what I'm saying, gave his because he really was he was who he was, but he still was a little under the radar how he moved, right? But then when y'all gave him that, I said, damn.
Everybody came out the woodwork and was like, man, D. I was like, damn, I didn't even know certain people.
That's what it's supposed to be about, though, man.
Yeah. If I ever get a movie, I got a story about me and D, man. That fool, that was that fighting with that joint.
I know about that joke.
Yeah. Wait for Hollywood on that one, though.
They
ain't get everybody.
Cash out.
They ain't get everybody. You know that. Man.
Out the park, niggas know me. Curtbone, little homie. All days, yeah. Been a road.
Thank you for watching Exchanging Jewels on Curtbone TV. If you like the jewels that we are dropping, subscribe, hit the notification, and share with some friends. And I'll see you on the next episode of Exchanging Jewels, Curtbone TV.